Mr. Pryor EDU, how are you folks? You fine folks who are tuning in. I hope to learn that you'll get to learn something from this, that I'll teach you something that you'll enjoy these videos. I like to make them short, simple, and sweet. Sweet is good. We want to make things understandable, not put you to sleep. Mr. Pryor EDU, welcome. We are into talking about measurements today. Here we go. Scientific measurements. We already talked about this, but we got to bring it up again. Celsius and Kelvin aren't going away. They're everywhere in science. You need to know how to convert back and forth from Celsius to Kelvin to Celsius. We're going to learn how to do that. So these are scales that denote that have the same magnitude, but a different range, so to speak. So a degree Celsius is equivalent to a Kelvin. So there's what they call interoperability here. Interoperability, okay? We will get into gas laws and we'll need to use Kelvin as well, not Celsius. In most cases, it would mess up the results. So the Celsius term falls off and we just convert right into Kelvin. So how do we do this? Kelvin equals whatever degrees Celsius we got. If I say 23 degrees Celsius, you just add that to 273.15. Maybe you have to carry the 0.15 and maybe you don't. It depends on your question range on your multiple choice test, right? So you got to write these problems out. You got to think about them and you got to practice, because 23 plus 273.15, if we add 23 to 273, we're going to get 296.5, right? 23 plus 273 is going to be 296.15. That's all we got to do. And then we change it to Kelvin instead of degrees Celsius. We don't even have to do any unit conversion. It just falls off, as I mentioned earlier. Now, normal human body temperature has a range, right? But it stays within a narrow range. If the human body is, unfortunately, we're not cyborgs. If we get too hot or cold, that can hurt us, right? The same with many animals. We have to keep ourselves at a certain temperature, at a certain range. Our body has unique ways to do this. We don't even fully understand that. We're still studying it. We're 36 Celsius in the morning, 37 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. So the temperature goes up, it goes down slightly, but it's within a range. And so we can convert the human body temperatures into Kelvin. We can do that, right? So if we were to add 36 to 273, hopefully you can start doing the math in your head. That might make you more at ease. Once you learn how to do math in your head, mental math, it could help you. So 273.15 plus 36, you're going to get 309.15, 309.15, or 310.15 if you go to 37. So the range is still the same. We convert from Celsius into Kelvin, and we're still 1 degree difference. So that's a strategy. Mental math can help you on tests, but then use the calculator. Okay, so solution. We see what I just said demonstrated. 36 plus 273 is 309 Kelvin. 37 plus 273 is 310. The range is 1 degree Celsius. That's the span of temperatures that we have, okay? Interesting. So we see that example. What do we need to do though if we need to calculate we need to go from Fahrenheit to Celsius? The equivalent Fahrenheit to a Celsius number, where it would be the same temperature but recorded in Fahrenheit and then recorded in Celsius, we know the Celsius temperature is always going to be lower than the Fahrenheit temperature. Here's why. Temperature in Celsius, how do we convert to that? Say we're given something like 85 degrees Fahrenheit, we can subtract 32 Fahrenheit from that and multiply it by something less than 1, 5/9, which is a conversion factor from, we have Celsius over Fahrenheit. We're going to cancel the original Fahrenheit value we're given, and we're going to be converted into Celsius, okay? We can reverse that. We can take something that's in Celsius and convert it into Fahrenheit. So we insert the temperature in degrees Celsius. Say we're given, 40 degrees Celsius. We know that's going to be, and we're going to take that 40 degrees Celsius and multiply it by 9/5. We're going to cross out Celsius and get Fahrenheit. We're going to add 32 more degrees to that. So we're going to get a larger number than we started with in this bottom equation. We're going to get a higher number than we started with in this top, or excuse me, we're going to get a higher number than we started with in Celsius using the bottom equation. We're going to get a lower number when we start in Fahrenheit and convert to Celsius. So need Fahrenheit to Celsius will produce a smaller number, a factor of 5/9. And we need Celsius to Fahrenheit, we'll produce a larger number, a factor of 9/5 involved. So let's just, what does this look like when we go to answer the question? 39 degrees Celsius. That constitutes a high temperature. You might be sick. You might have the flu. Maybe you caught some other virus. Horrible. What does this all mean? Well, we need to convert it to what? We want to find out what that is in Fahrenheit. So we can go ahead and stick our 39 degrees Celsius in here, temperature in Celsius. We multiply that by 9/5. We're going to get a larger number than 39, and then we're going to add 32 degrees Fahrenheit to that. The temperature in Fahrenheit is calculated this way, and the equivalent temperature of 39 degrees Celsius is 102.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. Units are important, although I'm blocking the units. Make sure you put Fahrenheit in here. There should be the unit should be written in. Don't miss units. That can cost you points on a test, right?